Hi guys, Brett Warren here from Metropole Wealth Trade again, your trusted resource in Brisbane for property. I'm here with Pete Wargent. Welcome to the show, Pete.
Cheers, Brett.
Appreciate you taking the time out of your day. Pete is an expert in the Brisbane market as well, and more importantly, I follow a lot of Pete's trends with the big picture stuff, the economy, demographics, incomes, jobs. I think it's Pete's daily blogs really well read as well and well received, and it's something I always look at as well. What kind of trends are you seeing in the overall picture and scheme of things at the moment in the markets, Pete?
I think one of the big trends at the moment, something that we saw in 2003 as the Sydney market came towards its peak. Suddenly there was a huge shift of interstate migration up to Queensland, southeast Queensland in particular, so Brisbane, Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast. And we're just starting to see that. It's really started picking up in 2016. People just starting to move up from Sydney into this area.
Yeah, great. You also talked about in your presentation earlier today that you're really sensing an opportunity too with the demographics and the ages of the 25 to 35-year-old bracket pushing through and things like that. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, Australia doesn't, well, like a lot of countries, we have an ageing population, but we also have the benefit of a high rate of immigration, particularly focused on under 30-year-olds, myself included as a POM coming in the under 30s age bracket a few years ago now. Yeah. But what that means is we've got a very large wave of people coming into first home buyer age. I think on average people will be buying their first home later than they used to, so they may be in their early 30s to mid 30s. And the old saying, demographics is destiny. We all like to think that we're different, but really people tend to do predictable things at predictable times, and I think there's a big opportunity there.
Yeah, sure, great. And how are you finding things in Brisbane at the moment? I know it's a bit of a two-speed market with a bit of an oversupply of apartments, but we're certainly finding the housing market doing well. How are you finding things in general?
Oh, I'm certainly enjoying these blue skies. We certainly never used to get this down in Sydney in winter.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, you're absolutely right, and it's not just a Brisbane problem. It's a real, it's an eastern seaboard problem. Overbuilding of apartments, particularly in those inner city areas that you mentioned. So around the valley and around West End, South Brisbane, there's a lot of oversupply of a certain property type. So if you were looking at investing in Brisbane, go and see these guys, they're the experts, and just steer clear of that oversupplied inner city apartment stock.
Yeah, great, that's fantastic. Look, really appreciate you taking the time out. I know you're living in Queensland now, you're a local of New Farm, so we often catch up for a coffee and appreciate your time. But there you go, guys. Pete, appreciate you taking time out to talk to us. Thanks for all your efforts today, and we'll catch up again soon.
Pleasure, Brett. And you got the whole way through the interview without mentioning the state of origin. So
I was waiting for that. Good on you, Pete. Thanks, mate.